going after the arm of Chris Danger, and now here comes AJ Styles, and knee and foot to the face by AJ Styles, as Styles going up to the top rope now, and Danger rolling over. Danger looks like he was trying to get away, and now planting Danger, and now going for the cover. What a move off the top rope by Styles. 3, AJ Styles with that amazing move off the top rope. It's enough to put Danger away. So that's the end of this matchup. Chris Danger can't get the job done in his debut match as AJ Styles picks up the victory. And I don't know if that was necessarily a big surprise. I mean, AJ Styles overall has a lot more experience in the ring, and I gotta say that out of all the superstars that I thought could have a shot at beating AJ Styles in their debut, Chris Danger was one of those guys I thought could possibly get the job done, but AJ Styles prevails in this matchup. Lots of crazy good moves in this match, as you could see from the replays as we look at some of the highlights from this matchup. I gotta say that this was absolutely outstanding, as this match just was off the hinges. I thought for sure Danger had him right there, but it was so close. The referee was almost at a count of 3, but then it all started going downhill with that foot to the face by AJ Styles, and Danger trying to roll out of the way. He just could not quite make it out, and then this amazing move by AJ Styles is enough to put Danger away for the 3 count. And I gotta say, that's a little disappointing for Danger fans, is Chris Danger going down for that 3 count. But AJ Styles ends up victorious in this matchup as he gets the job done, folks. This was a terrific matchup, and we are now set for our second match of Monday Night Raw. A great opening contest, and our second contest of the evening is going to be this match: the Mighty Perkins taking on Batista. So Mighty Perkins making his debut, and Batista returning to take him on. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. Can the Mighty Perkins do better than Chris Danger in terms of actually being able to win his debut match? That's going to be left up for grabs, as he's going to have to go one-on-one with the former WWE and World Champion Batista, which is it's going to be one hell of a match. I can tell you that much. Is we've got a lot more great matches coming your way here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Well, here comes Perkins as he's going to make his way down to the ring. The Mighty Perkins is, well, I got to say that, not having an entrance theme isn't necessarily a bad thing for the Mighty Perkins as he makes his way down to the ring. And I gotta say that the Mighty Perkins is just going to be, he's going to have a big-time match on his hands. It looks like he's pretty confident the way that he makes his way down to the ring. And I have to say that this is going to be an interesting match. Mighty Perkins, a lot of hype coming into this, a lot of renowned ability across the world, but finally making it into the big time, making it into the Grandmaster Shaymin Universe mode. This is absolutely a huge matchup for the Mighty Perkins, probably the biggest match of his entire life, as he faces a former world champion in Batista, multi-time world champion in Batista. As we are now awaiting, there it is, Batista is making his way down to the ring. I would like to once again apologize for those watching on YouTube not able to hear this music. Until this show actually gets a lot of views on YouTube, there's not really much of a point in contacting WWE and making them and talking to them about letting me use their entrance music to make this more authentic. Not to mention the fact that I can't even do that yet, because I can't download these off Twitch. I can only export them directly, and they don't have I don't have anything. So this is going to be an absolutely enormous match as interactive universe mode continues here. As Batista making his way down to the ring. And Batista, in my opinion, Perkins might be over his head taking on Batista here tonight in his debut match. It's going to be really interesting to see whether or not Perkins can actually get the job done in this matchup, as Batista making his way to the second rope, just taunting the crowd. And you got to say that Batista knows what he's doing. He knows how to make it here in the WWE. He knows what to do, and I'm sure that this match is going to be absolutely off the chain. As here we go, Mighty Perkins taking on Batista. Batista heavily outmatches Perkins in terms of size and strength, but can the Mighty Perkins, and oh my God, right off the bat, clothesline to the Mighty Perkins, and that's not a good start for Perkins, as Batista going right after Perkins. Yeah, Batista's wasting little time as he's just going right after Perkins. Looks like our general manager has joined us here. Finally, it took him long enough to say something, but I don't know if you saw the first match of the evening yet, Dwarn, but we had an amazing match with Chris Danger and whatnot. Hey, it's not that big of a deal, Dwarn. You're totally good. You don't have to apologize. The great thing is, this all goes up on YouTube, so you and the other general managers, if they want to see this show, then it's all going to be right on there. As we're continuing this matchup, and Batista so far has had the firm advantage over Perkins, but Perkins trying to fight his way back into this match. Well, Dwarn, if you want, on Twitter, I'm on Twitter right now, and all you got to do. Have I posted Raw match? I can only post everything on YouTube after the event is over. You missed Chris Danger taking on AJ Styles, and that's about it. You missed a couple of minutes into this match, I believe, but yeah, you could watch it all on YouTube afterwards. So be sure to do that if you want to see how that Danger and Styles match went. It was a pretty good match, gotta say. But as we continue here in this matchup, this is the second match of the evening, as Perkins makes his debut against Batista, and it's looking like Perkins is having quite a hard time, as Batista has been relatively handling Perkins so far in this matchup, but Perkins trying to stay in it, perhaps make a huge comeback in this match. And now planting Perkins is Batista. Yeah, you're not too late. But if you follow Shaymin the Grand on Twitter, or like Grandmaster Shaymin on Facebook, I always post when I'm about to go on Twitch for WWE Universe Mode. So this is going to be so if you want, you could do that. I don't know exactly the best way, but that's going to be probably the easiest way for you to know that I'm going live on Twitch. So now Perkins going after Batista. Perkins has started to kind of gain some momentum in this matchup. As another thing that I did was I decreased the lag, but it's still going to be a little bit ahead, at least from where I am and reading comments and stuff. So now Perkins dragging Batista towards the middle of the ring. It looks like he's going to try for something. He's going to try for the pin here. And now 1, 2, and a kick out by Batista at 2. So a 2 count by Perkins, and now there's a neck breaker as Perkins has started to gain momentum in this matchup, a matchup that Batista had the complete control during the onset. But Batista now reversing it there, and Batista looks like he's going to try and hit Perkins with something, but Perkins rolls out of the ring. And now Perkins tossing Batista into the ropes. And now backdrop by Perkins. And now Batista punching Perkins, and Perkins returning the favor. As both of these superstars know what's on the line here. For those of you that have missed it, this is something that's going to be very important in Universe Mode, especially for the general managers. Where Money in the Bank is our next pay-per-view. Every brand gets 2 matches on that card. So Raw will get 2, SmackDown will get 2 matches, and NXT will get 2 matches on that card. Then the 7th match will be the Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, for the Money in the Bank briefcase, each brand will send 2 superstars from their brand, so that way we have all 6 members ready to go for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And of course, the winner of the Money in the Bank ladder match will get to cash in on their champion anytime, any place, anywhere, all that good stuff. So that the Money in the Bank contract is going to be absolutely enormous. And for Paul, who is running NXT right now, whether you're watching on Twitch later or on YouTube, Paul needs to know that he's got the roaming champion on his side. So the women's championship is currently on NXT, but because it is a roaming championship, there has to be a member of Raw and SmackDown competing for that championship every time it is put on the line. So that way it has an opportunity to move brands. So that means that Raw and SmackDown will have to make #1 contenders for that NXT title. Of course, NXT has allowed another person. For instance, right now Trish Stratus is the current champion. Lita is also on NXT. So if you want Lita to represent NXT and then Raw and SmackDown, technically the brand that the champion is currently on is pretty good. Well, if you want an authority, it's up to you. I mean, brands are brands, but again, it's going to be important to for the GM of NXT to understand that the Women's Championship is a roaming title, which means that the other brands have to have an opportunity at the title as well. So basically, it's either going to be a triple threat match if they don't want to add another NXT women's wrestler into the title match, or you can add a women's wrestler from NXT into that title match. So then you get Stratus, another NXT women's wrestler, and then a Raw and SmackDown women's wrestler for that championship. And that's going to be very important. All right, so Dwarn, what's the stipulation for the women's match coming up here tonight? A trade match. I don't know what the trade match is necessarily meaning, but whoever loses is put into NXT. Well, the only problem with that is you have to get permission by Paul to just give him a wrestler and a kick out by Perkins. Because right now, Paul is the general manager of NXT, so it's not like you could just give him a wrestler. He needs to approve it and whatnot. So it's going to be hard for that to happen, especially because he's not here. But you can't make decisions for Paul, unfortunately for you. Because Paul can very well decline whoever loses that match. So it's not much I could do about that, but you have to take it up with Paul. Kick out at 2 by Perkins as this match continues. Batista is wondering what he has to do to put away Perkins. As right now, I've got to say that Perkins is doing the best that he can to continue to fight in this matchup. As now Perkins, hold on, Perkins is looking for his finishing maneuver here.